Okay, this is a reading for Gemini. It's your weekly love reading. I'll do a 9-card spread. I'll get 3 cards for how you're feeling, 3 cards for how your person's feeling, and 3 cards for the outcome. I'll clarify why they feel the way that they feel, get messages from them, and I'll get you some advice from Spirit, okay? I've got a lovely new stained glass tarot deck. Sage, just woken up, got a headache, so hopefully I'm not about to get sick. It's going to go a lot colder from Monday, guys. So we need to make sure we're wrapping up. If we go out, we need hats, scarves, gloves. There was a lot of fog over England the last couple of days, especially the north of England. And well, I don't know if you had it in the south, but we're in the north. A lot of moisture, you know, around your head. Freezing cold. So yeah, I think Monday might get caught off guard. So I'm making sure I've got all my I got my winter clothes and everything down, but I need to get into the habit, you know, putting them on. Don't want to get a chill. Anyway, let's get started. I've put our candle out. It's cinnamon chai. It's gorgeous. You can still smell it when it's blown out. I think the fragrance is in the wax. Okay, so this is the lovely deck. Spirit guides, universe and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Gemini's highest good. How is Gemini feeling in this 3rd week of November with regards to one they're thinking about, dealing with or manifesting? 3 cards, please. Sorry, the sage dries out my throat. But I need it in order to relax and sort of meditate, you know, to connect with Spirit. The 6 of Pentacles, looking for fairness, looking for balance. How nice are these cards, by the way? You're just looking for equal give and take, yeah? You want to be fair. The Page of Wands reversed, okay, so let's have a look at these cards, they're so nice. The Page of Wands upright is someone who's ready to embark on a new adventure. A page is inexperienced, a page is optimistic, excited, they are not jaded, they may not have boundaries, they are just childlike and excited, okay? It's the beginning of a journey. It's how any of us are at the beginning of something, okay? When that's reversed, I would say there's a lack of excitement, a lack of kind of willing to enter into something new. These cards are so nice because they're just crispy, like fresh out of the box. They've not absorbed moisture yet, they don't stick together. If you want to treat someone who's a tarot reader, get them a fresh deck. Oh my god. It's like what I imagine someone getting new clothes or a new car. You know, like it's just crispy, like fresh. A new set of paintbrushes, like Queen of Swords. Okay, we've got a court card. She looks amazing, doesn't she? So you're showing up as the Queen of Swords. Now that is someone who's speaking their truth. They're not going to be messed around. They're intelligent, they're wise. They are clever. They do their research. This artwork is stunning. Like, this makes me happy because tarot's spirituality and its personal growth, which is very cool. And it's all like philosophy, like why we're all here. It's ethics, like right from wrong. But it's also it's spirituality, wisdom, but it's art as well. It's just stunning. Yeah, the Queen of Swords could be the head of a household. Okay, so if we get a court card coming out on the other side and cards that, you know, go with it to suggest that you are... But to be honest, I don't think that you are in a connection right now, because we've got like reciprocity and then a Page of Wands reverse, so it's like not wanting to enter into something. So you might be quite defensive, you might be single, you could be a single parent, or you could just be someone who's like, you know, middle-aged, mature, but you might just think, I just don't want to enter into anything. I've had serious relationships, I've been messed about, and I'm just reluctant to kind of invite in instability right now. Actually, I've just put that blind up thinking it'll help, but the light's bouncing off the cards and I don't like it. I'll do it a bit. There we go. Let's get 3 for your person, the one you're thinking about dealing with or manifesting. We've got the Judgment as the challenge position. I'll just show you the card because it's really pretty. So, people will be judged for their actions. When that comes out sideways, I feel like someone's thinking about their behaviour, or, you know, past behaviour or future behaviour, sort of contemplating what to do. King of Cups reversed. Someone's gone cold. They might have blocked you, they might have gone into a state where they're just like uncommunicative, or they don't really look in your direction that much. I don't think that you're together. So sorry, I don't think you're together with this person, because I didn't get 4 of Wands or like heartbreak or third party or anything. I don't get any kind of like history. So when I say they're not looking at you, I mean like if they're in something already, or if they're single, they could be a single father, or, to be honest, kings and queens don't dictate whether you're male or female. It's like whether you're in your masculine energy or your feminine energy. So masculine is slightly more cutthroat, they will make the harsh decisions, they will be less forgiving. Than a queen is always thinking about, you know, the wider picture, like everyone in the family, everyone in the community, taking on everyone's problems. She's an empath, she's a nurturer, so that can be a man that does that, it doesn't have to be a woman. And it's the same with, you know, someone being more cutthroat and sort of single-minded, making harsh decisions. That could be a woman that does that, you know. So the King of Cups, when he's upright, let's have a look at the artwork. That's amazing, isn't it? He is, excuse me, he is an empath, okay? So he is calm, the water is still around him. It's never tumultuous. He will absorb stress for a long time before blowing his lid, is the ultimate empath, the King of Cups. So for him to go cold means he's been wronged, okay? When it's reversed, it can mean you've gone cold or you're over-emotional, but something's set the balance off there, and we've got judgment as the challenge. So I think they're realising they've been wronged, and I think you're the Queen of Swords upright, so it's like you're in your power. You're not out of control. You're not, saying nasty things. You're not kind of blocking people. You're just feeling quite strong and empowered, and you're not sure you can be bothered with, getting into anything with anyone. So you're more healed than this person is. You're each on your own separate journeys. They've kind of been more recently scorned because they've lost their, kind of sympathy and empathy for people. They're just fed up, They're struggling with their own emotions, so they've gone into, protective mode. Does that make sense? Because their card's reversed, yours is upright. You're kind of coping better. You've been through this a bit earlier on. They're kind of still getting over something very recent. Does that make sense? I know that as well because Spirit's given me that card earlier on in their reading, in their side of the reading, than yours. It's a bit later on. The Six of Cups reversed. Yeah, so... Oh. The Six of Cups is nostalgia. It's really nice, sentimental feelings and emotions. It's a card of remembering the past. Many memories have been built over many years. This looks like a brother and a little sister, doesn't it? The kind of love that you have, over a lasting bond, always having known one another, going through life together. What a beautiful card. So this person, hang on a sec. Okay, that was just my cooked breakfast being brought to me, just to make you jealous. I feel so much better now. I had a banging headache. I think it's just tiredness, but yeah, I hope I haven't got a chill. Now, the Six of Cups was reversed, wasn't it? So perhaps someone believed that they were in a Six of Cups, soulmate connection, and it turned out not to be. Okay, and it's made them a bit bitter. You're not that usual calm, empathetic, sympathetic person. They've realised they've trusted the wrong person or invested into the wrong thing. Now, you're Gemini, aren't you? So you are an air sign. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius is the Queen of Swords energy. This person has the King of Cups. So they could be Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Or they might not be. They might just be in that energy where they are an empath, someone who's very grounded, down to earth, calm. They could even be they could be an earth sign because they're very empathetic. Okay, let's get 3 for the outcome. I know you guys are not, I don't think you are in each other's radar. I think you are each on your own path at the moment, and I think you're going to cross paths at some point. Oh, English cooked breakfast is divine. It's bacon, eggs, beans. We've got black pudding today as well. That's pig's blood. Sorry if you are a vegetarian or vegan, okay. Beans, bread, tomato. Did I say mushroom? It's just one of those breakfasts that, you just feel like you've got lots of energy. It's very nourishing, you know, there's a lot of veg as well as meat, a bit of carbs, and you just, in like England, doesn't matter whether it's winter or summer, it's just beautiful. You feel like really good. I think it, you know, you might say it's like a farmer's breakfast, like you'd have a lot of energy for the next several hours. Nine of Swords reversed. Let's look at this artwork because it's absolutely stunning. Nine of Swords upright. Okay, is someone who has experienced a lot of pain. And now they're very fearful. Understandably, if you've had that many daggers thrown at you, you will be like, wow, what's the point? Now that reverse is coming out from that energy, so we've got some healing going on here. That might be your healing because you're showing up as the Queen of Swords and their swords reversed. Swords is it's mental activity, okay, it's thoughts, feelings, communication. Justice card, wow. Look at the way she came out. Justice in the upright, okay? That is absolutely stunning, isn't it? I love this deck. I love this deck. Wow. You're both going to get your divine justice. You're one another's justice, okay? That was weird the way that like flipped over. The Seven of Swords, strategic. Can you see that? Yeah. So the Seven of Swords upright is, it's not giving the game away. It's not laying all your cards on the table, setting out your stall, you know, with a big sign on the front saying I'm looking for love and I'm a big softie. You're not doing that, okay? You are tentatively coming round to the idea of a connection, but it's going to take time, okay? You will get your justice, guys. The universe is telling you that, okay, with Justice upright. You will get justice, not in the form of revenge, but in the form of a connection where you're with a person who's deserving of you, who's worthy of you, okay? Who's going to put in the same as you. Who's going to take their time to get to know you. Not going to change, you know, after a while of meeting them. Let's get messages. So we had Judgment in the challenge position. I'm sorry for what I said. So they might have argued with someone, had crosswords with someone that they were involved with, and harsh words were spoken. Nine of Cups. Oh, hang on a minute. No, I've read that as the King of Cups, and it's not. It's the Nine of Cups. Sorry, let me just check that. That changes things, guys. Right, let me just explain. Sorry, I thought that was King of Cups. The Nine of Cups, you're probably screaming at the camera, at the phone. Nine of Cups is about self-satisfaction. It's being contented, single. See, this person is not content being single. They don't feel you know, good in themselves. So it's coming out with the same message, okay? But they're not the King of Cups, they are the Nine of Cups. So they could be any sign. They could be any sign. This person is possibly codependent. They don't know how to be on their own. So that kind of puts this timeline longer. But you will each get your justice, okay? Their lesson might be that they need to, you know, find contentment, like, while they're solo, not in another. That definitely changes the message, because it affects kind of what work they need to do. It's not like they were just wronged. It's like they might have a bit of a victim mindset where they're actually just going around investing into the wrong people and not taking accountability, okay, because they're codependent. They'd rather be with someone bad than be single, which we can all be like that, you know, especially like when we're younger, I think, or when we're older. That's ageist, isn't it? I need to have more fun, okay? So they want things to be light-hearted. They might be thinking, I'll just keep it light for a while and not invest. That's a bit dangerous for me. You don't want someone coming in who's going to be like just looking for fun unless they're upfront about it at the start. That's okay. It's not okay to love bomb and then like avoid the connection, you know, once you've got what you want from someone. That's not nice. I really miss you, my heart hurts. Six of Cups. Could this be an ex? Because they're not showing up as a King of Cups, they're showing up as Nine of Cups. It could be an ex, or it could just be a needy person that keeps going back to connections that... Oh dear, I don't know if they're healthy or not, you know. I'm sorry for what I said. I need to have more fun. I really miss you, my heart hurts. Once you've had crosswords with someone, why would you go back to each other? You know, like, yes, you miss them, but if it was fundamentally not working, you're going to have a fundamentally not working situation again. Unless a lot of time has been allowed to pass and people have grown and changed. People do come back together, but after years, it wouldn't be like a few weeks later. It'd be like a year plus, wouldn't it? Because nothing's really changed a few weeks later. No matter how painful it is to be apart, that's the lesson. You took one another for granted, or one person took the other one for granted. I don't have the energy for this right now. Nine of Swords, dropping like the fear mindset, dropping mental anguish, mental suffering, you know, just coming out from that, because it's too hard to stay in that long term. I'm affected by cosmic and collective energies for the Justice. Someone knows that the universe has got their back, okay? I'm saying someone because I don't know whether it's you or them. I'm going to contact you. I need to speak to you. For the Seven of Swords. I'm wondering if this is someone... It's annoyed me that I read the card wrong at the beginning, because now I'm doubting myself. You're showing up as the Queen of Swords. The problem is, right, I've got a page for you. Before that, I've got the Six of Pentacles looking for equal give and take. I don't have any court cards in the rest of the spread, so they're not a spouse of yours. So that's someone who, they could have been involved with you, but they could be an ex, because the Six of Cups card is there. They could be an ex from years ago, wanting a rebirth. Or they could be someone who it never really got into anything too deep with, you know, like your go-to guy or your go-to girl. where your just bodies just go together and it just works, and you've got an understanding that you're just really, really heavily attracted to each other and you're really good at, you know, the fun stuff, but you wouldn't necessarily have, you wouldn't necessarily build a life together, you know, because you can really, really like someone, you can be fond of someone, you can really fancy them, they can be great in bed, you know, but sometimes you're just like, well, I won't build a life with them, I won't trust them, or I wouldn't like, you know, but you can become friends. If that's like something you're doing over years and years, you can become friends and companions. But with the Six of Cups, it's normally, the way it says I'm sorry for what I said, it's normally an ex, someone you've built up a lot of memories with, a lot of years with. And there has been a relationship there. So this could be an ex from years ago that's wanting to come back in. I wouldn't really have the Six of Cups for someone who you'd only ever had fun with. So then if they're saying I need to have more fun, I really miss you, I'm sorry for what I said, maybe they ended it, or maybe you had a big argument that just, it was like, no, that's too far, and I can't forget what you said to me. They remember, you know, you guys having a lot of fun together. So fun doesn't have to mean sex. It can mean like my ex in Italy, you know, we were like best friends. Like, we would go out to another province in Italy. We would go and like look at museums, go and look at architecture. We would go out for a lovely dinner, and we would just laugh and like hold hands, and we'd be walking around having the time of our lives, you know, taking in the art. It releases endorphins when you look at fine art. It releases the same hormones as when you're in love, you know. So that's why in Italy, because there's so much ancient history, archaeology, fine art, you know, medieval art, when you're looking at that, it's releasing those. So everyone's sort of walking around in a trance and a daze, all loved up and very much sort of drunk on love, really. You know, it's compounded by the environment that you're in. Something about you makes this person think of happy memories. And that could be that, you know, they really liked your family, they really liked the hobbies, you know, and pastimes that you and them, the way you spent your free time. They could really love how supportive you were as a partner, the stability that you provided, you know, making meals, keeping the house. They may have loved your sense of humour. There's something, tell you what, let's get, I do feel like this could be an ex, you know, that's got really, what is that running, what's that running across my table? It's a little fly. That was mad. That's never happened, you know. Just as we're talking about I need to have more fun, that made me laugh. Give me one for I need to have more fun. What is it that this person really likes about Gemini? I'm working hard on my finances for you, for us, for our future. Okay, that's why they need more fun, because they've been like nose to the grindstone. And Nine of Cups reverse is someone that does not want to be single. They want to be together. They're very serious about you. I love our deep conversations. They open up my mind. Okay. This person is definitely, it's either someone who you have known for years and they're realising that they actually do love you, or it's an ex and they've never got over you and they sort of value you more over the years. Does that make sense? Whatever your situation is, this is a love that's growing while you're apart. I think that's beautiful, to be honest. I think that's so nice. What's this? I'm sorry for what I said. Let's use the shadow love. I'm sorry for what I said. Forgiving. They didn't mean to hurt you, but you're holding on to it. Forgiving helps you get past it. So you're not talking to this person and they feel disgusted with themselves. They're really struggling to get past it, and they could have said anything. Do you know what I mean? Like, if it's a fire sign, they'll say whatever's on the tip of their tongue and it will hurt. If it's an air sign, they'll just be blunt. They're telling the truth, but they won't sugarcoat it. If it's a pentacles, you know, they may just be like, you're unstable, I can't work with that. If it's, you know, that would be an earth sign. If it's, what am I missing? Cups, they might just be like, you know, can't stand how cold you are, or you disregard my feelings. You know, you've got unhealthy, like, attitudes towards connections, even with family or parents. Yeah, it's really deep shit, like. They've said something that's like, even if it's like, just like, no, I'm seeing someone new. I don't know whether that's what my ex said to me, like, no, I'm seeing someone new, you know, like, to force me to move on. They might not have been, or they might have been, but people, when they're really, really hurt, they will say something to just force you to give up and stop trying with them, and then they might live to regret it, because actually, when you've received the warmth of a very functional and supportive connection, one very profound that it's difficult to find, that's the one you tend to miss more and appreciate after it's gone, because you start trying to have further connections through life and you realise that you're not getting that again. It's making me feel really sad. It's making me want to cry. Some people you'll miss more over the years, because you'll realise, like, shit, I'm never getting a connection like that again. That was a one-off, you know? And I'm not saying you won't be in love again. I'm not saying you won't get married again or find love again. I'm saying there's just people in your life who there's not going to be another one like that, you know, like the family were gorgeous to you. They never really did anything, you know, bad to you. They were fair about money. They were loving. You could trust them 100%. You know, they were reliable. Sometimes, and it's nobody's fault, different stresses, you know, or sets of circumstances make it like that love isn't enough. You can only do what you think is right at the time. That's all anyone's trying to do. And we all have to be positive and hope that we find a connection like that again. I mean, it's beautiful to even experience it once, because then you know you're really lucky, you know, and you've had a few years with someone who you just fitted with, and they always were good to you. Not saying they're perfect, but they gave their half, energy-wise, love-wise, money-wise. They put in their half, and you knew that they weren't looking at anyone else. They were just really loyal to you, you know. You just found it easy to spend time together. Sometimes it's a case of one person's ready for moving to the next level and other person's not, or you've got different ideas about the future, you know, or like in our situation, it was like I wanted us to both try living in my country. He wanted us to both continue living in his. That's awful, because then you're getting pulled apart by something, not because you're falling out of love, but it's like fundamental differences over how we're going to manage family and how we're going to manage the future. It's really difficult, guys. So this could be someone who you actually had a really good connection with, and they're actually like hurting more over time. They're realising like they're not finding that with anyone else. That was something profound. That was something beautiful. That should have been held on to. You know, and you could both be feeling like that. Because you're showing up with the Page of Wands reversed, like you don't want to get into something new. You might want fairness because you've had that now and you want that again, you know, and you might be reflecting and standing in your truth with your Queen of Swords, like staff in front of you, like, do not cross me, because I know what I'm worth and I've had equal give and take, I've had reciprocity and I've had it with this person. So I know I can get that. I know I don't need to settle for less. And you might both have been given less since this breakup. I feel like I'm going more towards an ex now, but an ex that's like been good to you, and it was just something became bigger than the relationship could. You know, you couldn't hold it together because some kind of external circumstances or fundamental differences over the future meant going separate ways despite being heavily in love with one another. I sort of want to dig around a bit more, really. What kind of connection was this, please? Why the Six of Cups? Oh, I feel like I'm going to burst into tears. That's clairsentience when the reader is experiencing the emotions that you're feeling. This is someone that you should have married. It might be that, I'm sorry, I'm having to like avoid bursting into tears. It might be that you wanted to marry or they wanted to marry. At times, probably everyone around you thought you were going to get married, and for some reason, things derailed. There was a parting of company and you went your separate ways, but I think you both regret it, you know. I can't speak for my person, but I know that he probably knows deep down that this was a really special connection, and over time it kind of stings more because you're like, what did we do? What did we do? Honestly. But then you have to feel lucky that you've had a connection like that. You know what I mean? Like, that gives you self-worth, it gives you self-esteem to know someone cared about you that much. That they just never really got over you. And it's, do you know what? A lot of memories built, a lot of fantastic, amazing times had. That's in the bank. No one can take that away. That happened. Okay. Okay, what I'm going to look for is if there's going to be communication between you and this person. I'm going to get some divine timing. If there's going to be communication, when will this be? Because they're showing up as thinking about you and you're showing up as thinking about them. Will there be communication or bumping into each other? Will there be some kind of coming back together? Things will unfold as they are meant to. Within a couple of months, around July, time is being delayed. Okay, I thought that didn't make sense. So, it looked like you were going to speak to one another within the next couple of months. I'm not saying you knew that. I'm saying the divine was thinking that you would talk to one another in the next couple of months. That means they're already thinking about you. There's something's caused a delay. Okay, so it's actually going to happen next summer, around July. There's going to be... it's making me feel dead weird. Someone's going to get in touch that you had a profound relationship with that should have been lasting. It should have resulted in marriage, okay? because of external realities, they may be delayed in making a move on this. They're possibly doing dark night of the soul, shadow work, having an ego death. They're getting rid of anything that would have made them think, no, you know, I'm not going to think like that, or I didn't do anything wrong. You know, they're dropping all that shit, and that takes time to do that, because sometimes we're kind of trying to toughen up because we're hurting. We're trying to just toughen up so we can focus on our 3D priorities, like continuing to go to work, continuing to try to stabilise our emotions when we're very upset, you know. There's some kind of major works going on here. It's like soul plumbing. It's like road works for the soul. It's like this gonna be, you know, this work will be continuing for 6 to 12 months. Okay. Temporary traffic lights. Right. Why don't they have the energy for this right now? What's going on with them? What's going on with them? Communicate, compromise, forgive, work it out. Okay, they've still got some like, I don't want to say chip on their shoulder, but they're carrying some baggage, some bad memories, things that were said, that they're not quite ready to face it right now. Okay, but in time, in 6 to 12 months, they're gonna, in fact, we're coming into December now, so yeah, it's gonna be like 6 or 7 months. They're gonna start to feel like they're kind of a bit more healed, and they can be a bit stronger to actually like discuss this, because it's going to be heavy. Okay. I'm affected by cosmic and collective energies. Give me one for that, please. Give it time. Everything in divine timing. Let things flow. So Spirit's granting them time to heal, and then they will start to get signs that they need to get in touch with you. Okay, because that came out with the justice. Like, justice is that you two will come back together. Oh my god, I'm getting chills off that. Right. Let's get you some advice, because this is starting to bring my headache back. It's starting to give my headache back. Spirit, what advice have you got for Gemini? Well, that was decisive. Am I communicating my needs? Look at that, we've got that with communicate down here. Perhaps there was like fundamental differences with communication. There could have been language barrier. There could have been people not wanting to say things that hurt other people's feelings, so just not saying stuff. Or there could have been an avoidance of addressing something because you both wanted to keep in the relationship. You weren't addressing the big stuff that maybe actually, you know, like needed discussing. And then whenever you did, it was like, oh, this is scary now because it means breaking up. Your needs matter. What are you needing right now that you haven't communicated? What are you afraid of? Is it possible that what you are fearing is not true? Today's soul action, journal these answers. What are my needs? Am I saying no and yes? Enough based on my desires? Am I telling my full truth? Do I believe that my needs matter, and do I share them with others? Do I ask for what I want? When communicating my needs, what am I resisting and with whom? What do I need in order to feel safe enough to express my needs? So this is a sense of, I'm thinking all these things and I'm building up resentment and I'm not saying it, or I'm thinking all these things and I'm fearful and I'm not saying it. And it's like, you don't want to hurt someone's feelings, you don't want to deal with the fallout of being brutally honest, or you don't want to face that it means breaking up or coming back together. It's just, you know, sometimes you want to tell someone, like, I think this was a really profound connection and we've lost something amazing, but you're like, well, the last time we spoke it was really bad and they rejected my feelings, but maybe they were hurt, guys. And I'm not saying you should reach out, because I don't want to. I don't feel that person would want that, but that's my fears. It's not necessarily reality. I do think how I left it, the other person would have to reach out, because I just can't stand the thought of, I just really can't stand the thought of like contacting them when it's been so long, you know, and rightly so. Like, I had to accept that person's wishes, you know, and stop communicating with them. So I just think this is a general like message from spirit to you, Gemini, and I'm going to take it as well, and I'm not a Gemini, but when you're thinking and feeling a lot of stuff, do communicate it. Don't be afraid. It might be difficult to think of the right words, but sometimes there isn't the right words to say, like, we want different things. It's just so hard, guys. Or like, sometimes it's difficult to find the right words. It's not necessarily that you're going to word it wrong. It's just difficult to bring up because it's going to mean upsetting emotions coming up, okay? That's heavy, man. That's heavy, because it's making me think of how heavy it was to let go of all that. Because it was so special and unique. It was unique. It's not that I don't think I'll find love again, but that was unique for many reasons, and it's just so difficult to get past it. It's been a long journey getting past that and letting go. Sometimes I don't say, for example, let's just take it away from this specific scenario, let's look at work. If you've just joined in your workplace and you don't feel like you have the things that you need, sometimes you don't want to like fuss, because you think, well, everyone seems really busy, or what if they, you know, like have loads, you know, going on and I'm just adding, or like, but you do need to, if there's things that you need, you do need to advocate for yourself. You need to advocate for yourself in relationships, in family, in friendships, in workplaces, in, you know, any kind of scenario, like with strangers on the street who are like, you know, trying to dominate you if you've just had an accident and they're like being overbearing. You need to advocate for yourself, and don't worry about upsetting other people or what it causes for other people. You need to have the things that you need. It's not a want or a fantasy that you're asking for, it's just the basic stuff that you need. And if, to be honest, it's just clicking with me that like, that's the only thing that I did, was advocate for myself and say the things that I needed at the time, and it was a need. So if that's what you did to lose this connection, and if that's what they did to lose this connection, it wasn't anyone's fault. But you're allowed to miss each other, and you're allowed to wonder, should that have been the end or not? You're allowed to think that. Don't stop advocating for yourself in all areas of your life, thinking, I fucked this up. You didn't. You just, all anyone's doing is what they think or thought was the right thing at the time. Okay. Right, I'm going to leave that there. Something's definitely going to come back around in July next year, okay? They're already thinking about you, but it's like, this is so heavy that it needs more time still, okay? Alright, take care. I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. If you liked this reading, if it resonated with you, please give it a like, share, subscribe, follow, repost, support the channel. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.